College and Career Center.
And I'm Patrick.
So we're talking today a little bit about the rising cost of tuition in California for college. As probably a lot of you guys know, the price of tuition has gone up very recently, particularly for the public schools in California. So that means the University of California, the UC schools, and the CSU schools. In fact, recently there was a lot of protest and anger because the price for tuition at the UC schools had gone up 32%. And a big part of the reason for the increase in tuition is because of the state budget crisis. So the state doesn't have as much money as they need, essentially. And so they've been trying to make cuts and find ways to improve that situation. And one way they've done that is by increasing the cost of tuition. So that's kind of a bummer for a lot of students, and a lot of students are kind of worried about it. And there's a couple other things that Patrick is going to mention that haven't been good, but we'll talk in a second about some of the things that you can do about it.
Yeah, so just some other things too is that UCs and CSUs have also been hit with furloughs, so basically days in which the schools are closed like campus-wide, and it's unfortunate because students they're paying now more for their education, but they're still not getting the most out of it because there are days where basically they aren't receiving an education, and it's been really tough because now schools are doing their best to cram more information and more knowledge into the students in less time, and I think it's now more important than ever that students really take their education seriously, because they've got to work with what they've got. And even now, it's not just the CSUs and the UCs, but also community colleges are being affected by the budget crisis. With cuts, example, at City College of San Francisco, where they're not going to have summer school programs, and it's hard because sometimes seniors or upcoming seniors need to retake classes to make up D's and F's for like certain classes because they need to be eligible to apply for universities their senior year. But with the cuts in like the budget, and now the lack of summer school, it's going to be difficult for them to be able to make up those classes and be eligible to apply for colleges. So it's not just affecting the four-year universities, but two-year colleges like the community colleges as well, and hopefully it seems like it's seeping more into the high schools as well. And I've heard just the risk of losing summer classes at high schools as well. So
yeah, but despite all the negative things that are happening, education is still very important, and education after high school is very important. And so there are things that you can do, especially with the tuition increases. More students are going to be looking for scholarships, and we really encourage students to look for outside scholarships. In fact, behind us we've got this scholarships box, which is always in the College and Career Center here, and it contains scholarships that students can apply for. There's also plenty more outside of this box that are available, so come talk to us if you're looking for scholarships. And again, scholarships are free money that you can use to help pay for college. So if you're worried about paying some of these higher costs, then looking for scholarships is going to be beneficial.
Yeah, it's going to be more up to the students to take more initiative and really finding that free money, because in the past, a lot of students sometimes can get a little lazy and slack off when it comes to applying for scholarships, because sometimes these scholarships require that you write essays, and it takes a little bit more effort, but it's free money that you don't have to pay back. It might as well take advantage of it, because literally billions of dollars go untouched every year because students do not apply for these scholarships, and all this money, free money, is out there. So it's really important that students really take that extra effort to look for it and actually apply for it. And there's a big thing too with the education system now. It's just more so there's a bigger emphasis on deadlines. So example, like with the FAFSA, making sure you file before March 2nd, FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid for seniors. So basically you're applying for the federal government to help you pay for your college education. And again, it is all about timelines, like first come, first serve with the money that's out there. Once they give it out, other students that are like struggling behind are gonna get the slim pickings and what's left. So it's really important that students stay on top of the game when it comes to paying for college, because that is, you know, a big hurdle for higher education. But again, it is something very important, and that's why, you know, people like us in the College Center are here to help you. So definitely take advantage of the resources and the people that are, you know, trying to be there and give you this information.
And just one last thing, we're having a family financial aid night on January 27th. It's a Wednesday, it's in the cafeteria, and students and families are welcome to come learn more about financial aid. So come check it out.
Yeah, and if 25 seniors show up, those 25 seniors can be put in a raffle to win $1,000 just within that pool of students. So, yeah, make it out, advertise it to your friends, and bring as many people out as possible. So they can only give out $1,000 if 25 students show up. So advertise that widely.